So our viewers, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depends where you are watching from. Welcome back to Miro African Television. Miro African Television, where Chichi Banozo. Miro African Television have been facing difficulties from Nigeria to our signal, fighting and battling with YouTube, seizing of our keys, preventing us from telling the world the truth and opening the nyash of everything. This platform is the platform of unity, togetherness, and one mind. And whoever disagree or agree, we can only come this place to disagree to agree on one issue. Udo dironu, diromu Biafra, dira Nigeria, dira enyowula nebo shinege. Oga gaziri ndi Igbo, gaziri mu Biafra, gaziere obodo anyị wali Igbo. Ọ dịkwara ụmụ Biafra na mma, dịrị ụmụ Igbo na mma. Onye na onye ndị ekwe na ndị ekweghị ebe ụlọ onye si na-eme operate. Nwanne, I say unu welcome to Miro African Television. I am your presenter, Zebedi Ejilike Mowa. One, Korea. The Chimerelem one of Ali Igbo land. Chianyamarani, Yagazire ndi Igbo. So today I'm welcoming our brothers. Brother Chima, please welcome to today's show.
Thank you very much.
And we have in our midst one Mado, our solid and one great brother, Chukwuka. Chukwuka, welcome to today's show.
Good afternoon from this end, brother. I'm happy to join you on the program today. Hello, viewers. I want to welcome everyone to today's event. I hope we all will be cool-headed and talk like brothers, not like enemies and outsiders. Once more, thank you for having me on.
God bless you, my brother. God bless the viewers. God bless those watching our show today. So, my brother, on Facebook, I saw your video, and that video really touches me. That's why I invited you to today's show to ask you what went wrong between IPOB and indigenous people. What did you agree and disagree with them, Mr. Chukwuka?
Okay, let me start first of all with our areas of agreement. Generally, every Igbo person wants what's best for him and his family, and then his own nation, because Biafra as a nation is, I don't even know why we have to even put indigenous people in the name, like as the name suggests, because I believe that every Biafran is an indigenous. We don't even need to stress it. And every Igbo man, an average Igbo man, is a Biafra supporter. But our area of disagreement is this: when we come among ourselves, like within us as Igbos, there are people till today who still support myself. There are people who support IPOB. And inside, from those IPOB members, you can get ex-Mazop members who were there, or people who are supporting, like somebody's Igbo Youth, Igbo Youth, is it Igbo Youth Council? Do they call it that time? I saw some of them marched with IPOB in some places, some marched with myself. So for me, I want to, first of all, like we've stated it here, that every Igbo person wants what's good for him and his family and his nation, which is Biafra. But when it comes to ideology, when it comes to modus operandi on how to achieve freedom for Igbo people, we all have our areas of disagreement. So is that disagreement that makes us not to have intelligent conversation, which has well, I don't know the right word to use, but it has eradicated every civil discourse among brothers. As soon as you disagree with your brother on one thing, you are a saboteur. You hate his cause. You are against Igbo people. You are against Biafras, which is far from the truth. So it's just those areas of disagreement that gives us this subconsciously. Whenever we come out to talk with our brothers, we've come for confrontation instead of discussion. So that is what I would like us to address. And that's why I made that. I didn't make that video to create like a rancor among Igbo people or between brothers and brothers. No, I did it just to make our people follow what we were observing on the 14th cool-headedly. So we don't need to need to waste blood unnecessarily. Yeah, it's a revolution. Yes, it's a call for liberation. Freedom is not free, fine, but we don't need to go and waste the blood unnecessarily when it wouldn't benefit us. It wouldn't shift the needle one bit. And if you take out time without prejudice and watch that video again, you will find out that I didn't say anything wrong. So that's my own point I want to state.
Mr. Chema, would you like to chip in anything on this point that he made?
Yeah, what I want to chip is, in every strong nation or a country that want to become fully independent of their own, you must agree, disagree, and agree. That's the beauty of democracy.
Yes.
Nobody will just come and say one thing and everybody will agree, which means we have not started. So if we agree, disagree, we will still come and agree and work in unity. So it's good. It brings out some certain things, bring out ideas too, and it bring out, you will not, from that particular thing, you will not know people that are with you and those that are not with you, and from that again you will not know how to move, how to walk, how to make laws, how to do things that will suit the nation. So it's good. It's good we agree, disagree, and at last we'll still come and agree. That's what I have to say concerning what he has said.
Okay, Mr. Chukwuka.
Yeah, brother. Yes.
Are you a member of IPOB?
No, sir.
Should you be member of IPOB?
Should I be? That's a trivial question. It's not semantics. I myself, let me say, I'm in political settings. I will consider myself a conservative libertarian, and as a libertarian, I'm against big government, big bureaucracy. I believe in the power of the individual, the power of one, and if there is any place we have to be collective, let it be with the consent of everyone involved. So, in that being said, I wouldn't want to associate myself with an organization I've not vetted. When IPOB came out newly, I vetted it by attending some meetings. But what I was hearing, everything was like everyone was marching in order, just like George Orwell's 1984. Everyone is just marching lockstep in unison. And if you bring a dissenting view, everyone will start attacking you without even trying to see if your idea is a superior one to the one on the table. Some of the time, you see that by stifling opposing ideas, they've killed some ideas that should have made it straight to the headquarters, which Nnamdi Kanu himself may buy when it gets to his table. But since the thing has been terminated prematurely at the lava stage, it wouldn't go there. You find out that everyone will become like, let me say, members of a death cult, like you see Scientologists or Mormons. Like it becomes as if people were following the movement religiously, and the coordinator of every zone is like the Pope or the Archbishop, whose authority should not be questioned, whose idea should not be challenged.
What you are trying to feed our people is that IPOB is being run like Gaddafi's government.
Not necessarily Gaddafi's government, because if you know Gaddafi's government, you find out that it's much more different from what the Western media were reporting. Because during his government, it was a indirect democracy. It was the people that were bringing their own representatives.
Okay, let me use a different word. IPOB is being managed like dictatorship. Nobody dare to question the Supreme Council.
Yes, more or less like it was becoming like a Marxist organization. You understand?
Let me go to Mr. Chema. Mr. Chema, you remember the last program we did last time? We were discussing about why won't IPOB start running like a government? Is it not so?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
That's on that program. I suggested that IPOB, because the leadership has been there for so long. In any good country and in any good nation, at least when you buy ideas of people, you bring people in that have new ideas. Because the leadership of our IPOB, they have been there for so long, they don't have ideas again. They have run out of ideas. So I suggested in that program that even Umefo himself should step down. All those leaders should step down for a new ideas, because this is a nation. It's not one man's business. It's not a company. This a movement.
Point of correction, Mr. Chima Ofere.
Yeah.
You said that this is not a company.
That one person will run till he dies.
But IPOB that you people are following, IPOB that you people are identify yourself to, is a company. You know, if you like, I will print out the documents from the British Chamber of Commerce. You know, when I contacted British Chamber of Commerce, they sent everything to me. IPOB, it wasn't registered as an NGO nor a movement. IPOB is registered as a company, limited liability, owned by Nnamdi and Mefo. They are the owners of the company, and
then sorry, let me come in, Zebedee. So which means what I am saying from beginning is true then, which means IPOB is a propaganda organization. If what we hear outside and what people say talk about IPOB, so which means IPOB, let them name it, let them bring another thing on board. Let's forget about IPOB.
Let me chip in something. If IPOB is for the people, I am not against them. I am not against indigenous people. I am not against Nnamdi Nomefo, because that is their own idea, their own
franchise.
Yeah, we should not attack them. We should not fight them. We shouldn't see it in a different form, because our people keeps on identifying themselves with wrong thing, adopting wrong tradition, wrong identity to be themselves. Telling you today they are Jewish, they are this one.
Let me come in there, bro.
Yeah.
Let me come in there.
Go ahead.
You know, I want them seriously. During I could remember 2004 ending / beginning of 2005. Members of MASO were cutting me. They cutted me then, like they wanted me to be I think it's zonal secretary or what of where my parents' home was located, because I was still with my parents then. So when I looked at it, I was trying to ask the real questions that someone should be asking, and I was looked at in a certain way. Then I started retracing my steps. I took a French leave. And next thing they knew, I went to Enugu, and I never saw them until after the carnage of 2006, when IPOB was floated newly. I can tell you for sure that I saw all the resemblance, everything, all the characteristics of MASO. Yes. I saw it in there. The only difference being the name. I saw a lot of blind followership. I'm not against IPOB. The other time there was a gathering here for the people that died in the 30th May celebration. I went to the place and observed it, because I lost someone doing that work. I lost friends. I lost relatives, people I grew up with. You know, it's losing a child is difficult. Then the closest you can get to it is losing a brother. After that, it's your childhood friend. I know how many childhood friends I lost. And that's why sometimes you see me talk about some things I'm seeing in IPOB. I'm passionate about it. I get emotional. That's because I don't want unwanted loss of lives. I don't want blind followership. It's not in our nature. We are the Igbo people. Nobody, the Greeks, we didn't learn democracy from the Greeks. We've been practicing it before they ever knew what democracy was. Because it wasn't even up to 5,500 years ago that the Greeks introduced democracy to Europeans, not we Africans. It's in our setting, and if you check how our own traditional ruling councils are set up, it's not Eze and council, it's Eze and council, because the council can overrule the Eze. You will find out that subconsciously, in our subconscious minds, we are not the same as people who are from a culture where the king says what is law, and whatever he says is law. He makes it up as he goes. You can't apply that to the Igbo people. That's why it seems like it's difficult for us to have one leader. Because every leader wants to be like every other leader you find everywhere else in Africa. But you dare not try it with Igbo people. We ask questions.
But on this issue now, my brother, let me cut you short. On this issue now, the Igbos are lost. Can't you see that? They are lost. They follow whatever that comes up. But now, let's go back to our point. Now that it's coming out to reality that the IPOB we know that is being registered in London is not a movement, nor NGO. Rather, it is a private company. How do we correct things? How should Igbos reorient themselves to reconnect and achieve what they are looking for? Because I believe that's why Nigerian government is stepping hard on these people, because it's a foreign company trying to put problem inside a sovereign nation. Did you get me right?
You know, like many people will misunderstand this thing you said now, and you will take the number one sabotage away from me. See, you just made this statement now, but most people will misunderstand. Like I myself, I'm not privy to that information. I've never heard it anywhere before.
I will show you those things if we go off.
Yeah, please. I would like to see the document. But everything about the IPOB movement has all the hallmarks of let me say Nigerian pastors kind of thing, movement. That's like something that was set up. Someone saw an opportunity. Let me use this word. An opportunist found a business opening and capitalized on it. And because Igbo people are so intelligent, but when it comes to politics, we are in kindergarten. We play it with emotion. Every person can come and play on our emotion. Sell us what he knows is what he knows our hearts desire so much, which is what? Freedom, which is what? Economic independence, political independence, sovereignty. Now they will capitalize on people's anger. You outlined the program you were showing before. I heard many things you were saying. It's not new. We are being marginalized. Fine. But we shouldn't buy, and not because we are in a hole, that we should hold on to any rope someone threw down. If that rope has too much thorns on it, leave it. Stay there and plan your way out. Fashion out another way. But our people, because we are too emotional when it comes to politics, anyone can come and sell us anything. Uwazurike has done his own, left. Nnamdi Kanu is doing his now. Somehow, I think he's far, far better than Uwazurike in many aspects. Anyway, but my only problem is this. People are not being told the truth and the whole truth about everything involved. And once you are not telling me the whole truth, I've become suspicious.
Yes.
I can't trust him.
Let me come again. Let me ask you one question. Why do the limited IPOB we know today, why do they keep on manipulating and living on propagandas? Can you do you have any idea? Why propaganda? Why can't you focus on, if you say that you are there to lead your people, to liberate your people, you're even lying to your people more than the Nigerian government. Why such propaganda?
Listen to me. That is when someone don't innovate. And that lack of innovation can be traced back to not listening to a dissenting view. Because when you are listening to a dissenting view, you broaden your knowledge. But they are fighting a 21st century war with a 19th century pattern. Propagandas don't work anymore. Everyone has their mobile phones, their smartphones in their pockets. Everybody walks around with an encyclopedia and a library in their pockets. You will go and tell people, do you see what they are publishing on the magazines?
No, I don't read their news. Sorry.
No, sometimes you some of your friends will share it. You will hear that this this one terminated, they killed 500 people. This one, you know this as hyperbole and all this made up news that they just make up and put out there. It's ruining your cause. If people can't trust you, if people can't find any atom of honesty in you, my brother, there is no way you tell me you have their good will. It's never done. Unless you are trying to force them, unless you are trying to make it like it's a mandatory thing, they will do. And in that way, even the people themselves will rise up against you.
Why? Yeah. Mr. Chim, I would like you to chip something in. Why is it that whenever somebody wakes up, I do see the Biafran people, indigenous people, the Igbos, the Eastern region, I see them as sleepwalking.
Yeah.
But when one of them dare wake up and question, he's a saboteur. Why?
Yes.
That is why I said they lost ideas. All the whole IPOB leaders, they lost ideas. So what we'll be asking ourselves is, how do we move forward? Is it only IPOB that we have that is talking about Biafra? Let's ask ourselves these questions. Is it only IPOB? If it's not, if our question is no, then let's call other groups. Come together. Let's come together and know what we are fighting for. Not every time you wake up IPOB. Every time you wake up IPOB. It looks like it's only IPOB.
Yeah, jump in. It's like crosstalk we are discussing. Go ahead.
Yeah, that question you just asked now.
Yeah.
The answer to that question is this. They have no argument. It's just like when you are discussing politics with people on Twitter. If you present a superior argument and they can't counter you, they resort to calling you a monkey, calling you all sorts of racist things. They resort to insult. That's because they have no argument to make. And they are too close-minded to seek for new ideas. Like what my brother, this is the second time he has tried to jump into how to form a new organization. It's not about forming a new organization. It's about knowing what killed the first, the second, and the third ones formed. If you don't sit down and study what's going on, see if you are building your house from the roof. If you open a new movement with 1 million members today, as long as you've not figured out why the other ones failed, and the same thing starts manifesting in this new one by one, you will lose those followers. Before you know what's happening, you will stand alone. You will become a byword for Savannah Bank.
Because sorry, it's like this Biafra issue is standstill. It's like we are not moving forward. We are not going back.
They've reached an impasse. They've reached an impasse. I said that thing when they were boycotting the Adambre election. And I'm like, hold on, please. Let me understand this straight. This is a political battle you people are fighting. It's a political war. The Nigerian election system, no matter how dirty it is still better than not contesting at all. You have the popularity. You have everything. Why don't you open a political front? You said it's Biafra or death. Okay, it's Biafra or death. Before you achieve that Biafra, are you going to stand in one place and remain stagnant? And that sometimes makes me it makes my conspiracy instinct kick in.
That one I is not correct, because why I said it's not correct is that you cannot build on a nation. If you said that they should form political party, are they going to form political party and go there to declare Biafra? It's like you know.
You are not going to listen. You are not going to declare Biafra. Now let me give you my own manifesto. The thing is this: every organization that got their independence in the last 200 years all had their own political fronts. South Sudan, they have the South Sudan People's Liberation Force. They still have their South Sudan People's Party. Nelson Mandela in his days, ANC, they have their militant arm, and they have the political front too. Tambo and Co.
But they carry everybody along.
Yeah, hold on, I'm coming. Those people, when you watch Sinn Féin in Ireland, the same thing. The Scots, everywhere, go and check. Even the Catalonia that these IPOB people always point at. Catalonians, they have a political party, but you don't. They form that party and they are winning every election, every seat they are contesting in Catalonia. Now they are going to Madrid. When they get to Madrid, they will be defending the interests of the Catalonian people. Now, if you have your people in parliament and the House want to pass a law ordering, allowing the deployment of troops to your own region, your own people who you send to the parliament will stand up and protest. Now you are fighting your struggle from the position of an insider, not an outsider. There is no law in Nigeria constitution that says you cannot move a motion in the house. Imagine if in Anambra State over 80 people boycotted the election. Imagine if they had provided a candidate and those 80% voted for that person. The Obiano they hated would not be in government right now. Imagine if you had your own people as senators, as House of Representatives members. If they go there, the kitchen is too hot for them. They come back home, they said, we send another person. If we send someone there, he doesn't want to do what we ask him to do, we call for a recall. Conduct a by-election, bring the idiot back home. Meanwhile, in the meantime, those people you send there will be using the security vote of the people. I'm not saying Biafra is coming tomorrow. I'm not saying it's not coming. But before it comes, whenever it will come, if it would, at the meantime, what are we doing to better the lives of our people? I don't want to talk about you telling me how you will give people independence and their freedom when you've not even told them how you are going to better their lives on the existing platform they are standing on. How are we going to even, how can people who say they are indigenous people of Biafra have a say in government when they refuse to contest for political offices? How are you going to do that? Do you think if I were Obiano those days and you are calling for a boycott, you think I will lose sleep? No. You call for a boycott, people will boycott. Only the staunch supporters of the governor.
My brother, as you just mentioned, let me jump in, please. As you just mentioned the boycott of a thing, most of our people do forget that I do normally use this word. Igbos are now minorities in Nigeria, isn't it so? And
Yes.
the thing that pushed Igbo people out of their position and made them minority inside Nigeria was the agitation of Wazirike. You know, by that time, Wazirike informed all Igbos to boycott census. Most of them have already forgotten all those things. They asked people to boycott census. And they did not tell the people the need and the benefit that will come out of it if they later boycott it.
Yes.
So, and they did it.
Now.
And they did it. They boycotted that census. Today, Nigeria is punishing the eastern part of the nation that there are minorities in Nigeria today. And
yes, you don't have.
If you ask me, I may tell you that the Northerners are using these people, both Nnamdi and Uchemefo and Wazirike, to deal with our people indirectly.
Did you hear what I was saying before my brother Chima cut me short? I said, when I see that this thing is not going front, it's not going back, we are stagnant in the bad government of Nigeria. Biafra is not coming today. Good governance, we are not enjoying. We are not even attacking these governors. The Imo State government has received 4 billion naira right now for their September federal allocation. Have we asked what they are going to do with it? And I begin to suspect these men when they can attack people in Abuja, but they can't attack all these governors and senators.
Because the governors, my brother, let me chip in. The governors are the problem of the people. Because federal government is not owing no state in Nigeria. Yes. All the allocation is being shared every month. And every governor do receive their own fund. They will seize the one that is made for the local government and they will seize the one that is made for the state. And in all these things, people will never dare to ask questions. What are you doing with all these trillions of naira that is coming in? And now, they will still, the both IPOB, both Wazirike group, they will still turn the people's mind towards the federal government. Oh my God. Federal government.
And I remember when Obiano said he gave Nnamdi Kanu jeeps and some money. I remember then. And Nnamdi Kanu could not defend that allegation.
But it's true. Most of the Biafrans knows that one, that when the time Nnamdi Kanu regained his freedom, all his vehicles, everything was being donated by politicians in Nigeria. He didn't reject anyone.
My brother, you know, these groups are counterproductive to Igbo people. The only achievement they are giving our people is this utopia, this Marxist utopia of a house in the sky that will never come. They only ginger them, they only arouse their emotions. And you get those emotions, all those emotions, when you really sit down, you quiet down and look through the noise, you find out that it's all white noise, no substance. Ask yourself this: why do Igbos keep voting as a bloc at every given election, even though they keep telling us that the leaders, all the Igbo leaders are quarreling, that they are fighting? But at the end of the day, we will vote in bloc. Why is it so? Who are getting paid while others are suffering? Who are devoting most of their energies shouting about the lion that is in the bush far from their home without talking about the snake that is at their feet if they are not together with that snake? I don't know if you are understanding where I'm driving at. This, yes, my point is this: if we say we want to help Igbo people, let us start from home. Charity begins at home. If we've not organized our home, if we've not organized our fight, our battle, our army, as the case may be, whichever word someone wants to use, if we've not organized ourselves and mapped out a plan that has a strong foundation from home, if we go out, my brother, they will massacre us. They will massacre us.
I believe that the killings of the Igbos depends on building a house without a foundation. And the Nigerian government understand that one very, very well. The Northerners are good in politics. They know the system more than the Igbo people. Igbos are noisemakers. Let's say the simple truth. And
in politics, we are noisemakers. You don't need to apologize for it.
Another thing is this. Let me go back to the issue that made us to start this program today. What did you?
Yes.
What did you? Where did you? How can I formulate it? Why are you against that sit at home?
I'm not against it at home.
Okay.
I'm not sure people I don't know if people understood what I was saying. Even I did the program in Igbo too. I said, sit at home means sit your ass at home. Don't go and protest. Even the people that were insulting me because I asked people don't go for any protest, don't go for any gathering and give them an excuse to cut you down, were the same people that are telling me that I'm disobeying the sit at home. My brother, the devil is in the details. Sit at home. 3 words. Which one are they not understanding in it?
And let me come in. And you see this sit at home. It's a very powerful tool. If you look at Thailand, that's what the Thailand citizen used to get the government change. If only why is it not working effectively in our own side is because we are not united. They continue deceiving themselves, sabotaging themselves, propaganda, you know, all these things. Because if you watch the Thailand people, if they want to perform their sit at home, my God, these people are very, very coordinated and unite.
My brother,
sit at home is very good.
Hold on, brother, hold on.
Yeah.
This, you are talking about apples and oranges here. These are two separate issues. Thailand, what was the cause of their protest? Thailand.
They want a new government.
Wait, hold on. They are homogeneous. One region was not asking for a government and the other part wasn't. This place is at a region agitating on their own. Your sit at home will not stop the international airports from working. It will not stop the waterways from functioning. It will not stop the power companies from
It's still the same jobless people that
no. If you look at no, it's not correct. If you look at last sit at home last year, they did the sit at home. Do you know what the Nigerian government said concerning that sit at home? Do you know how much they lost?
Okay, hold on.
Even Buhari himself comment that in London. I watched him. Do you know how much they lost?
My brother, I want to ask you a question.
But what's the focus of the IPOB pushing for sit at home? What do they want to achieve? What are they selling to the Nigerian government?
No, this is not matter of IPOB. Sit at home is let's not say IPOB or this one. No, it's general.
Chukwuka, wait. Chukwuka, just wait. Mr. Chema, go ahead.
Okay. This is general thing from among the Biafrans. Let the Biafrans sit at home is more better than going to confront the military or the police people. Police people or military going to outside there to protest to this will not do anything. But when you sit at home will give you results. Look at the last year on they did. We know how much the government, we know how much revenue they lost. And we even in this side of diaspora, we know how popular that sit at home did to the Igbos. People mark that sit at home as good as anything. Let them continue it and going out for protest. Protest is not good.
Okay. Brother, then, Mr. Chukwuka, what do you like to chip in?
He made a comment. You know, people don't understand how economy and money functions. You asked me how much government lost. Do I know how much government lost? Like, by your own estimates, how much do you think government lost that day?
I don't know.
No, ask him. I want him to answer me. I want him to do the mathematics by himself.
I think
My
that
brother
Chema,
Chima,
I think that
how much?
Chema doesn't.
No, I can't recollect, but I know they complain. So for somebody to come and complain, which means he lost great.
Hold on, brother. Just overhead estimate. How much do you think? That the economy of the Southeast for a day? Like, how much do you think that government would have lost that will make the amount like so gigantic in your heart that is still dwells in your heart? For you to make it your point of argument that the government lost money, that is the positive effect of sit at home. Now, let me tell you something. If government lost 100 million naira that day, what is the government selling any commodity? Are they selling goods and services? No, they rely on tax.
No, bank went closed, right? Oil companies went closed, right? Are they not paying tax for government to government?
That is what I'm telling you. Hold on. Why don't you let me land? Government derives their money from tax, right?
Yes.
For government to get taxation, for government to apply taxation means that the people are working. Now, if the government is charging people 10% in tax, 10% of their revenues, then government lost 100 million that day. Don't you see that the general populace lost 1 billion? How do you account for that? How do
that is the price.
But
look, in every move, in everything you do in this world, you have to pay a price.
But
that is the price of the movement. That is the price to get Biafra.
Let me jump in.
Instead of sharing blood, that sit at home should be better.
Yes.
Than they go out, they kill one person today, they go out, they kill another person. Will you be happy?
Let me come in.
You made that comment now. You made that comment.
I want to ask something, my people.
Hold on.
Chukwuka, 1 minute.
Let him right that I made a comment that we should protest.
No. I said no. You said you made a comment that some children, the children were killed, or elderly people were killed. I said, even me, I don't support that killing. So people going out for police people or military people to kill them. It's better for them to sit at home so that we will not have loss of life.
Let me come in. Let me come in. Please, even though we love sit at home or we disagree with sit at home, or sit at home will bring something tangible. First of all, what about those working under somebody, like under company? On that day, will you tell your company that you got to sit at home because the Biafrans are calling for sit at home? If you are being sacked, who will pay your bills? Are we well coordinated to take care of all those things or to register those things? Or do we have any mechanism to press those companies to take those people back? No.
Brother, shaking. These people will come and lay siege on your house.
Okay, let me come again. Another thing, Mr. Chema. You mentioned Thailand and mentioned their sit at home. These people that you mentioned have focus and well coordinated.
Yes.
Are you not saying the Biafras don't have focus?
One minute. IPOB says they said they did not say sit at home for government to listen to us. They said sit at home to respect for the dead ones. That means it plays no rule in the agitation. And look, listen. During Biafran War, Nigeria made an experiment that to know the power of hunger. And since they have achieved their result, Nigeria keep on implementing hunger in whatever we are doing. And we, the indigenous people, have tested it at home and see that our people are responding. Why don't we use it against the Nigerian government?
And move for something else. Move on to something else.
You mentioned before, you said that they have run out of ideas. They have run out of, So
Yeah,
seeing that
yes.
the
But remember,
IPOB.
it's not only IPOB.
Let
Not
me
only
let me
IPOB are
finish.
partaking in sit at home.
Let me finish.
Remember,
If
it's not only.
IPOB,
I'm not an IPOB member.
I know,
I'm
but
not an IPOB member.
IPOB keeps on copying the movement of Mossop, because this sit at home was most. If it's a
I told
patent,
you this.
if it's patent, this patent belongs to Mossop.
Mossop.
Radio Biafra patent belongs to Mossop. Even though Nnamdi Kanu, if it's at all that Mossop gave him a contract to sign to run that radio for him, for them, he will not dare open this radio on air because it's their property. So now, IPOB, what is there anything new that they want to offer to the people without copying the old idea? Not that they don't even copy it and reform it, they only copy and paste. Now, we seeing those things happening, and we want our people to be free. Enough of this bloodshed. How do we do that?
Yes.
We have to tell our people, use this platform to advise our people. IPOB is large. It's the largest movement in Nigeria. Let us start implementing governance, learn how to govern ourselves, in the sense that all the leaders got to rule as from today. 4 years we should contest election, and that election may be run from international bodies. People from all over the world will be able to cast their vote and choose who will rule them. Why don't we go that way? Why don't IPOB reform itself and start running as a government, not as dictator, supreme leader, supreme council? You dare not.
My brother, you know, this is if you notice all these guerrilla groups in Latin America those days, or Southeast Asia, it's just a mirror of what you are seeing in Mossop and IPOB. These people have reached an impasse. Yeah, you know, what is hitting them now is law of diminishing return. If it was a company floated on the stock exchange, if that company was worth $1 billion last year, right now it's worth like about 650 million. Because even so many people are getting disillusioned. They are just running around the circle, making movement. That's motion without movement. They are just running down around the circle, round and round the circle. I called them after their first sit at home, that their first boycott of election. I said, now, after you've achieved this, you've made a statement. What next? You found out that no one was giving you an idea of something new, other than when we have already at the gate, we are already achieving Biafra. Who told you? Tell the people the truth on ground. That thing is not feasible in the next 4 or 5 years. It's not going to come. Then at the meantime, let us find a way, form a new political movement with fresh blood. Let it be like a pack. It must not be a political party, but let it be a pack, like you have CPAC and all other Tea Party and all these people. Form it as a group. Your group alone will decide every election that is held in the Southeast. And as long as you are keeping the people the truth, that group will keep bringing in people that will bring development to the country. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Let me change the whole system now, Mr. Chima, and my brother Choka.
Yes.
Do you people, all of you, and both our viewers, if you are listening, I would like to get your answer on this chat box there. You may write your own view on that. Don't you think that is good for the Biafran agitator or agitators change the system by using the pressure that they are trying to implement in Nigeria to press for federalism?
Yes, yes, which is the true thing. That is exactly what we did. Call these senators. Let a senator sponsor a bill that will erase this dumb dump a cake law where a state cannot generate their own power. I'm not talking about true federalism in terms of resources. Let them take the resources, share it among everybody, no problem. But allow us govern ourselves, allow us generate our own electricity, allow us run our region. We'll be giving the federal government whatever is due to them. But let there be true federalism,
Okay.
whereby a state that refuses to move forward will not be dragging the others back.
Okay.
It's not good tying everybody chain.
Okay.
No.
Chema, what would you like to chip in?
That is still restructure that even Ohaneze is calling.
No,
restructuring. Listen.
Restructuring is different from federalism.
No. What they still this thing you say now, they still say it. True federalism. Is it not what you're talking about?
Yes.
It's like I had the mention of it.
They mention it. What I want to tell, I want to make a point. You see, there is no senator. When did our senator wake up? It's just Nnamdi Kanu issue. They wake up. We have been having senators for decades. They could not even raise one motion in the floor. If not when Nnamdi Kanu, they saw that IPOB, what they are doing, they are waking people up. Before they say they need Eastern development, what did they call it in Senate? The thing could not even pass House of Assembly. No, look at it. No, this is my brother. I want to wake my brother up to remind him. It is when Nnamdi Kanu, they saw that Nnamdi Kanu, people have wake up. Before the Eastern senators, House of Assembly representative, they went to the House. They said they want Eastern Development Commission. Where are
my brother? That is nonsense. See, that development, my brother. Hold on. That development commission is like NDDC. And anybody.
No. Wait. Why I say this? Why I made this comment is where were they for decades? They could not make this statement they make because they saw that
even that statement too wasn't new. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. We need an overhaul of the system. All these things you just mentioned.
1 minute. Let me come in. Even though we want our senators to do something, if we want our senators to wake up, which day are we going to have a conference where the indigenous people and their representatives in the federal level will meet and dialogue how to move that part of the nation forward? Is it possible to achieve?
It's possible.
Mr. Cheka, Chukwuka, wait. Allow Chima to finish.
There is nothing that is not possible. It's possible. It's just for them to have the willing to do it. Because, these politicians, they have interests. And you know what politics is all about. They only have interest what they have invested, where they have invested. If you see all this, we talking of Biafra, all these well-to-do people, we know they have invested a lot in the north, in the south. If they don't want to lose their investment. They are talking about themselves, but it's only few of us are talking of our own future generation, the children yet unborn, the children, so that they will not come and face this thing we are facing. But these worthy people, worthy politicians, they are not going the same line with us. So even if you carry them along, they will still sabotage the whole thing. So the whole thing is for them to, when they are ready. Biafra is not too difficult.
On this issue, I disagree with you, my brother. Because do you know why I disagree? I like to give things try. I will have to give it a try. I will not.
Okay. You should have let me answer.
Don't worry. You will talk your own. Then I will chip in something too. We should not sit down sit at home and judge and even though predict the mind of our elites. You understand? We may be seeing it from a different angle, why they are coming from. That's why if it's possible for us to have a conference of interest sit down together. They air their own view, air their own interest. And the people air their own, and we fight it out, iron it out, and have something tangible. Then, if they now go after and betray the people, I don't think that they would dare come back to that position, because in the same
They
people,
betrayed Nnamdi. Do you know when Nnamdi Kanu started newly? Nnamdi Kanu started perfectly. What did they did? They betrayed Nnamdi Kanu. They denied Nnamdi Kanu. Check what happened from beginning.
but at the beginning, Mr. Chima,
They betrayed Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi
Mr.
Kanu
Chima,
started fine.
at the beginning, Nnamdi didn't carry them along.
Who said so? Who said so? Why do you want Nnamdi Kanu to carry them along?
He carried them along when he was abusing them, calling them names, or
Yes,
when was
yes.
that? Where did we travel?
He never carried them along.
I did the root on come and carried her along.
My brother, Nnamdi, from day one, he drew the attention of the Germans, Igbos living in German, with insult. I will not lie to you. Nnamdi Droma, I am the first Igbo man that called Radio Biafra from German for the first time. We do listen, but we don't participate. He keep on insulting that we are sitting in German, we and the American people are sitting here enjoying our life, eating burger, while the cattle areas and the herdsmen are raping our mothers in their farm in Enugu State. You know,
because you people don't want to come out. He want to draw people out.
Okay,
because
now,
people have been saying you kept quiet.
He has caught that question. You didn't let me answer that question.
You don't need to answer. You have to chip in.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes. Oh, it's like we're
Can you hear
having
me?
signal issues. I'm hearing you clearly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
So
That question you talked about, how do we talk to these people? The mechanism that will carry this thing, that ideology, is already there. We don't need to demolish it unless we have a new one on ground already. We need to. Every member of Ohanes Ndigbo is not an evil man. Every member of Ohanes Ndigbo is not just there for his stomach. Do you understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
We can write these people, tell them we are this, we are that, but before we do that, we have to start organizing little by little, zone by zone. Give it a name. The internet is there. We can register it. We can open a Facebook page. From that Facebook page, we can put it on public and be paying for ads for the thing to get more reach and more views. Before you know what's happening, we will create a movement. Now that movement will now be talking to Ohanes Ndigbo with authority. You know,
not only Ohanese, my focus is our political elites. For us to have one-on-one discussion.
That is the umbrella body that holds them. That is their apex body. That is their apex body. And when you go, let me tell you something. If you go to a rich man looking rich, he will give you time and attention. But if you are looking tattered, no matter how rich you are, he may insult you. Maybe after some days, you find out you are rich, he will apologize, but already the damage is done. He may not even have the opportunity to go and check who you are again. That's why before you do this thing, is to start a grassroots organic movement. Let it be an organization that is purely for Igbo people. Whether you believe in Mazop ideology, whether you believe in IPOB ideology, whether you are neutral, or whether you are all these I don't care people, you have a home in that place. You have a space under that umbrella. Then with that, you find out that you would have set up something that has never been seen before. It will not be a mirror of IPOB, neither will it be a mirror of MASOP. We will build bridges across the Niger to go and communicate with these people. Most of these people you are seeing, their elite lie to them about us the way our own elite lie to us about them. We need to stretch our hand across that Niger. Learn how to open our doors and bring in people, but be suspicious of every damn person. Why doing so? We create an organization that a Hausa man will comfortably walk in there and register to become a member on a national level. A Yoruba man will do so. Every other person from every part will identify with it, because in politics, most at times it's sympathy that wins you position, it's sympathy that wins you vote. If we cannot set up an organization like that from grassroots, this is not something that you do under 6 months. It takes years. It could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4. But
Okay,
eventually,
let me ask something, Mr. Chema.
Yeah.
I'm picking something. Something is ringing on my brain on this discussion now. How should we create an organization that will bring the elites and the people on a round table to discuss for the development of our areas?
Yes. Yes, of course. We have to, before we destroy the old ones. We have to put new ones on the ground. When we go to the elites, the way my brother Chukwuka said, we approach them, respect them, because everything has to be in order. You respect your fellow brother respects you back. They listen to us. But what I'm still arguing again is, we know that every Igbo man wants Biafra.
Why do we want that Biafra?
For me, I continue saying it. Why we want Biafra? In my own opinion, if we have Biafra today, unemployment will go.
South Sudan.
Why do we wait?
South Sudanese said
wait. Why do our people start reactivating this Biafra ideology? What motivated them to do it?
I'm speaking on my own opinion. I don't know, because opinion differs.
This
opinion
is not
might not
about
be your own opinion. Why we want Biafra?
This is about fact. We are talking about facts.
Okay,
not about opinion.
now let's not play politics. My own understanding to it is that bad government and marginalization and economic blockade pushed the eastern part of the nation to reactivate their dream of sovereign nation. But in other side of it, if we, because the way we are behaving is like our elites are God, mini God, that we can't reach them. You understand? But when we in diaspora that doesn't see them the way the people back home sees them, we can create a body, point of contact, we may call it point of contact, of between the indigenous people and their elites, for us to have indoor conversation.
Brother, I wanted to answer that thing when you asked him that question. I thought you will throw it to me too.
Okay, go ahead.
You said to have a roundtable meeting is long overdue. We should have had this meeting that during the time they burnt Jim Nwobodo's house. Do you remember after the Just Convention of the PDP?
Yes.
The Igbo youths from that moment have always been pimped away by the ruling class. And we've not sat down with them. Those who were supposed to have sat down with them a long while ago, approach them confrontational. Listen, let me tell you, those men you see, their mother didn't give birth to them and they became old. No, they've seen life before you. They've seen things. You don't just approach them that way and just say anything. They can derail you even though they are not your creature. But it's better to have less enemies than more. So what I'm saying in essence is this. We need to have a discussion with them, but that is not the first step right now. We need to build a movement that they will see and tremble. A movement they will see and marvel. When they see followership, when they see the level of people they are dealing with, the intelligence of the people they are dealing with, believe me, they will give us our attention, and we'll find out that what's holding our region is just a little thing, a little understanding. But in as much as we are not having that conversation, rather we are engaging in fight, fist cuts, squabblings, noises here and there from January to December. From first day in office to the last day of handover, and we start afresh with a new one. We'll still be complaining about the same thing. That is why I'm saying, let us buy this your idea of growing a movement first. Then we talk about how we can approach these men and tell them that a new sheriff is in town. A new order is here.
Chairman, do you buy to this idea?
I want to ask a question. What are we approaching them for? To discuss what with them?
Okay. Let me jump into this one. Let me answer the question. Yeah. Because we normally says in our proverbs, you have to kill something before you eat. We have been nailing our elites from afar. You know, we have been judging them. We have been predicting what they are thinking. We have been dictating what they want to do to the Eastern people, and we have been telling ourselves who is taking care of the affairs, you know. But can't we come to reality in the sense that before we judge them again, before we start pointing fingers, we are seeing what is going on. We are seeing it, you know. Because I'm coming, the way Germans do their things, Germans, they will see that you are a bad guy, you know, but they see it, they see how you operate, but they will still approach you for you to air your view. Why are you?
Yes, why are you doing this?
You know,
and you tell them that you know what they are doing too.
And then when you bring something reasonable, you argue something tangible, they will not fight you. They will now go back, make sure that they don't make mistake. They don't want to lose the case at the end of the day. So if we will be able to have a room, like a room of discussion with our elites, if they refuse to show up, but I believe they will show up.
I don't want to call them elite. I will call them the ruling class. Because if they were to call someone elite means they are special, they are trained, you know, intelligence and all that, what have you. These are our ruling class. So this ruling class, do you know, let me tell you, do you know the alternative to not talking to them? It's doing what Lenin and Stalin did in Russia. Is doing what Mao Zedong did in what Mao did in China. The alternative to having intelligence discussion is war. Are we ready to have that in our place? Someone answer me.
I don't know whether they are ready.
Are we going to kill them off? Are we going to slaughter them, execute them in public?
No.
give them public execution, then how then are we going to move forward? If we are not ready to have discussion and we are not ready to fight, you want us to start to be stagnant. Stand in the same place we've been since 1999. Next year will be 2 decades since the return of so-called democracy in the Southeast. We are talking about not having gotten about not having any post in government from 1999 till now. How many posts have we held? What have we done to show for it? What do we have on ground to show for it?
Okay,
Chima.
Wait, Chima want to chip in something. Come in, Chima.
Yeah, I'm very happy Chukwuka have answered my question. The question that I intended answering from beginning. You see, thank God you have known that those you call the ruling class, they have never won. They treated us fine.
Yes.
And I said again, they are the one that brought Nnamdi Kanu to failure. But you don't want to, you disagree that.
No,
you see?
No, I did not disagree.
No, okay. Yeah, they're the one that brought Nnamdi Kanu to failure. That made Nnamdi Kanu to fail. Because I'm not speaking for Nnamdi Kanu, but what he did with IPOB then waked millions of people up.
Yes.
It woke people up.
They knew that our ruling class, they are liars. They are just going there to do one thing, the same thing, thinking that all the Eastern youth, even they are the one that keep the Eastern youth jobless. Our ruling class. They said,
but you refuse to demand for your rights.
No, Chima.
Which rights?
Chima. Ojus Okado said it all. Ojus Okado says, look at this little rat, the language I quote. He said, these little rats that wake up from nowhere that want to take away power from them. Did you hear that word? Power. That's Nnamdi Kanu is gingering rats, Ngwere, Okecha, Ochicha, and the cockroach up to take over the power from the mini gods of the eastern part.
That's what I said.
That's why they make him fail. That's why they walk against the system.
But my brother,
and another side of it, brother, I tried to talk to Nnamdi Kanu privately by that time, in terms of telling him to carry these people along, not only to carry them along, but bring them to table, let them air. Because if you do you know that Russia? Let me use the example: Russia and United States. America have sabotaged Russia so much that whenever Russia wants to do something with the US today, they will draw their leg out so that the world will see America promising something and tomorrow denying it on air. You understand?
Yes.
If at all Nnamdi find out through his advisors that these guys are working against him, while laughing with him and joking and giving
have a discussion and put them to shame.
He will tell them, okay, I am with you people. I agree with all you have said, but let us have an open dialogue. He will bring them out and nail them alive, in the sense that the whole people will now know once and for all the dream of our ruling elite or ruling class, as you mentioned.
Do you know had it been Nnamdi Kanu called him, they will not come.
They were working together. No. Listen.
They will never come openly. People, me and you to see them discuss with Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you.
Chema, let me tell you one thing. Ojus Okalo, governor of Imo State. I don't know about the others, but these two people were paddies of Nnamdi. I'm telling you the truth. They are paddy because of what Nnamdi did during the time of Abacha's arrest of Obasanjo. They recognize him and they become pal. Even Rogers taking over the Imo State power, Nnamdi played a very powerful role. Ojus Okalo securing the position of governorship on Abia State, Nnamdi played a very powerful role. But what went wrong at the end of the day? Ojukwu released Awolowo from prison. What did Awolowo do that pushed him into prison? Nobody wants to discuss that. What made Nnamdi Kanu to turn away from the Nigerian dream and pick up the Battle of Biafra? What went wrong? Nobody wants to explain that portion.
Nobody wants to follow because people don't want to hear the truth they think may alter their own version of reality. They don't want, there are things they want to hear. They don't want those things they need to hear. They just want those ones their ears want. Their ears eat for news that make them feel good. That's why they will uplift their masters as the semi-gods. Their masters are their gods.
But before we come to conclusion today, because we are running over an hour now, Chima, let me ask you directly one question: is it wise for us to form an organization that will have open door for discussion with our political elites? Yes or no? True or false? Or give us your objection.
Yeah, I would say yes. They are human beings, despite they know they have failed us, but they will not. They cannot stand they cannot stand and look face to us, eyeball to eyeball, because they are ashamed of themselves, because they know they have not done anything for us. They are just there, propaganda, doing all kinds of things.
Okay.
So, but we masses, we need them too. It doesn't mean that we don't need them. We need them.
Should we keep the door open or should we keep that door closed?
No, we'll keep the door open.
Okay. Chukwuka.
Yeah?
Should we have a body, form a body that will build a bridge bridge, how will I put it, that will connect our elite and the masses so that we will have one-to-one discussion on the affairs of the Eastern region? Are you in support of that?
It's a no-brainer. It's very simple. There's only one way to go, which is yes. We need to do it, because if you don't do it, we can sit here on the internet and rant from now till tomorrow. If we are not putting something like that on ground, that will serve as a vehicle that will carry our message to them, then they will sit down. Definitely, they will love to sit down with us. And as long as we think our ideas are superior to theirs, believe me, I don't see any reason we should be running away from starting an organization that will have a discussion with them and tell them, listen, this is what we want, this is what we want. See the alternative. We don't want to do it this way. If you say that you are for our people, please don't let it lead to this. This is bloodshed. If you, as our elders, say you are for us, please, let's follow this way, and then we'll listen to them and hear what they will say.
Okay.
I don't want to condemn someone and say that they will agree or they will not agree when I've not tried. That's my own opinion.
Should IPOB keep the door of communication with the elites open, or should they lock the door?
If they love themselves, I think they should change their tactics.
Okay. And let me ask you one thing again. Do you think that is good idea for IPOB to reform itself by running elections, electing the leaders of indigenous people?
You mean like contesting election in Igbo land?
No, like the IPOB leaders, the people leading IPOB, both the one in London and the one in US. Should there be something?
I don't know my local stand on this case that I should cast assertion on it. No,
you are. You are an indigenous man. You are an indigenous man.
No, I'm an Igbo man.
Okay, you are.
I'm not if they approach me, if they need my suggestion,
no, not suggestion. As an Igbo man, do you think that IPOB should remain as they are today, or should they start running as government by conducting elections?
As an Igbo man, I'm talking on behalf of Igbo people. I can't talk on behalf of IPOB people. That's why I'm telling you that if if it were up to me, I would say that they should run everything in a democratic process. But I don't have a local standing on it.
Okay.
I'm not a carry member.
Okay.
My
Chima,
opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
do you accept that IPOB should reform itself and start following democratic method in terms of conducting election, bringing new brain to power?
Yes, of course. Because if they do it, that IPOB will grow more strength and more ideas, new ideas will come. This 21st century, my brother.
But if they, as you said, yes, if they do it now, new people comes into power, what will be the position of Nnamdi Kanu?
What? Nnamdi Kanu has played his own role. He can step down for another person to take over. What about if he dies? What happened? Another person will still take over.
Okay.
So let him step down. Let another person take over. Before do we know Nnamdi Kanu before? We didn't know him before. So that's how it is. Let him step down. Let another person take over. Let them bring new ideas.
Okay. Before this idea now should come into life, as you said before, there is something you keep on mentioning that I have not touched. Why do you keep on pressing that Uche Mefo should step down?
Yeah, because Uche Mefo is not carrying IPOB. He's not governing IPOB very well as a leader. Because I have watched him several interviews. Uche Mefo is not doing very fine. He has run out of ideas, so he has to go down for another person to come there and bring fresh ideas.
Okay. Chukwuka.
Yes?
Do you have any idea or any method we can use to bring all the Biafran agitators, all the whole Biafra group together as one body?
Do I have what?
Idea or the method that we can use to draw all the whole Biafran, different Biafran groups, bring them together and unite them as one body.
Which other method do people use to talk other than calling your brother, calling him, please, I need us to talk? No other method other than they should close ranks, come down from their high horses. No one made them gods. No one made them lords of the manor. Come down, forget, swallow your pride, talk with your brothers. If truly you all are for anything that benefits the Igbo people, you only need to pick up your brother. All of them have the contacts of each and every one of them, of each other. Let them go and have it's very easy. There is no other method to do it other than you pick up your phone, call your brother, say, see, this is our differences, this is our area.
But somebody got to swallow his pride to do it. Somebody. How do we do it? How do we start?
Very simple. Very simple. It's that simple. That's what makes you a man. The moment you start admitting that you are at fault here. I myself, I do post things, and after I issue an apology. Sorry, I didn't have all the information at the time. This is the new one. Oh, sorry, I didn't do this thing right. Yeah, the advices you guys gave me, I found that it was correct. Simple. That makes you a mature man.
Okay.
It makes you a mature mind. It's just that simple. Swallow the pride, close ranks, communicate with your brother, and move on.
Mr. Chima, the question goes to you too. Do you have any idea or method we may use to bring all the Biafran agitators together so that they form one body?
Yes, as I have said, we have to tolerate one another. In every organization, in every moving organization or nation, you have to agree, disagree, and later agree.
But how do we bring them? Do you have any idea how we can bring them together?
By we forgive one another, because we are human. We have to make mistakes, and we call them when we forgive one another. We come together, ask them, let's come together and move forward. So by inviting them in maybe seminar or any other thing, invite them, have a rapport with them. If you have any new idea, they bring theirs. We join them together and we move forward. Listen, each of every one of us have to have a listening ear to one another.
What do you think
To
that
carry us together.
What do you think that keeps some putting barriers between the Biafran groups? Is there the elite, the people leading them, being afraid of losing their position, or the system wasn't made to function together?
One I can say one is they think they will lose their seats, and secondly, trust. Because if you don't trust somebody, it's
I would
very
like to
difficult
come
to
in
work with that person.
after he answers. I want to answer that question myself when he's done.
Okay.
So let's just trust, let them trust one another, and listen, have a listening ear. Because as a leader, you must listen to somebody. A leader don't have to just say what he said, he has said it. Because Uchemefo have said that, I've watched him. Is that the leader? He's not a leader. You see, you must listen to people, ideas.
Brother, ask that last question again. Ask that last question again now. I want to chip in something.
Go ahead. You have had it. Just go ahead and say your own.
Because what he's answering is different from what I had in the question before.
Go ahead.
You said what you asked what I think is their problem, right?
No.
My question is, what do you think that is building barriers of unity, blocking the unity to come? Is it because the elites are afraid to lose their position, or the system is being made not to work together?
My brother, listen. You have outgrown the age where if I want to mention vagina in your presence, I will say female genital organ.
Oh, I close my eyes. Go ahead.
Wait, now. See, let us say the truth. It's always about power and money. That's the gospel truth. No one wants to say it, but within them, they know it. It has always been about power and money. Do you think it's easy for someone to lose a position? Even those days in school, if you are losing the class prefect position, see how it pains, let alone someone that controls millions of people. It's usually about money and sharing of power. That's just the problem. Okay. Let's just cut through the cracks.
If this thing you just mentioned now is the problem, blocking the groups not to unite, then why calling for the state of Biafra?
It's not correct. That's what I said. No, I disagree with Chibuka.
Okay.
No,
go ahead.
It can never be.
The game have started again. Go ahead.
It can never be. It can never be for money and power. It can never be. Okay. What about if the person sleep and he could not wake up? What happened? The organization move forward. What about what? And that is how can
my
he
brother?
Generate money for himself?
You are answering the question nobody asked. Listen, he said, what do I think is bringing problem between them and among them? And I'm telling you, this is the same thing that brought betrayal in Masop. Okay, or is it from my mouth you want to hear that Obasanjo smokes a Morris? Okay, let's go. Yeah, I was listening to a radio Biafra program. I don't know if it's the ones in Spain or Austria or where, but they were accusing Nnamdi Kanu and Uchemefo of embezzling their so-called defense fund. First of all, the name sounds ridiculous. I wonder how someone would be giving someone money for defense fund. The person was going to buy tanks and RPGs for you or what? Not
that's
that defense fund.
That's propaganda.
Not about propaganda. They were talking about it, and this one was saying that money was used like this. The other one was used like, and that was the first day I heard how much they raised in New York. So let's just cut through all these things. In their WhatsApp groups, we hear them. It's there. Voice messages. This one is sorting that one. That one is sorting this one. It was because of this problem that we were able to see, or is it because people just shut up, kept quiet? It's like we don't know anything. Even it's just today that our brother just mentioned of what they registered the thing as. I'm looking for that document, and I'm going to.
So are you saying they don't have any other? Are you saying they don't have any other job except that particular post they are holding?
I never said that, but I'm telling you, they use their power and the money. 1 + 1 and 1, 2 + 1 and 2 - 1 is not the same. They may have other jobs, but they are getting something there too. If not, They will not be looking for their...
Because how can somebody be fighting for the liberation of his people and he's collecting salaries because of the job he does? Like as I'm on air now, I've been on this position because I want somebody to pay me while I am here to educate my people. And I'm expecting the people to pay me 3,000, 4,000 pounds while our people are dying back home. Do you know why we can never compete ourselves with the Arab people? I can remember the time that the Israelis we are fighting war with Hezbollah. It comes to my knowledge that Hezbollah, as a freedom fighting organization, set up food handout stores in Lebanon.
Yeah.
Yes.
They pay for school fees. They build large hospitals for their people. Their people contribute money, even though like in Nigeria now, the Lebanese living in Nigeria are sponsoring Hezbollah to stand. They are paying as every Biafran is spending that money. But the Biafran own is not used to establish something that will benefit the people you are fighting, that you are going to bring independence to. Rather for the same method that Nigeria is using, Operation Ogap wallet and the private account and everything is government of the people.
Zenevi, that is why I suggested that the leadership should step down. Step down.
They are corrupt.
I mean, it's many things.
Accountability,
all these things. They should step down.
My brother, you are the one that started shaking this table. Now that table has fallen down. Don't tell us about step down. Let's talk about this money.
No, that is my first comment.
Let us keep our throttle on this money issue. My brother, I want to ask you one question. Do you know that everywhere in the southeast, everywhere in Nigeria, southeast is the easiest place to drill a borehole. How much does it cost to drill boreholes? You know, when all these organizations that have all this Marxist ideology of preaching collectivism, when you look deep into their leaders are not as poor as the people they are ruling.
Yeah.
You see somebody, all this money they are contributing, what stops them from going to all these each local government one borehole, each local government one borehole. Start from somewhere. I kept telling these people, wait, when I'm coming, I kept on telling people that IPOB are everything they are criticizing. They are criticizing the Christians. I'm not a Christian, but they are criticizing the Christians that they are monolithic in thinking. IPOB guys are monolithic in thinking. They are criticizing the Christians that they follow their leaders sheepishly. The same thing is, you can find it in IPOB. They are criticizing people that they are giving those people their money when the pastors are living like kings, while the followers are living like paupers. That sounds like the IPOB leadership to me.
Exactly. No, you're right. I agree on that. That's why I said they should step down. They have stayed there for so long. They should step down for another people to come in. I said it. Even this is not my first time of saying it. I keep on saying it because I know they are corrupt. I know.
So they're even paying someone £4,000 a month, and these ones are here in Istanbul making noise.
You see,
for nothing.
For nothing. I know they are corrupt. That's why I keep on. I didn't want to mention they are corrupt, but I keep on saying let there be changing of leadership. Let them come down for another person to come in. I keep on saying it. You see. Utemevo, because why I continue calling his name, because he's the head for now. Let him calm down. I know there is corruption there.
Not about going down. Listen, my brother, listen. For me, I think our people are yearning for something to hold on to. We are like people adrift in a stream. We are looking for every straw to grab on. That's why we see our people holding on to this IPOB. What we need to do is we present them with another thing that is totally different for what they are used to, which is from IPOB. We've outlined these things here. We are not warring with IPOB. We are not sparring with them. No. Nobody is quarreling with them. I just don't want anything that will bring more deception in Igbo land. Now it has gone from freedom fighting to paying someone such amount. And it has gone from criticizing Christianity to adopting Judaism. Where did we get that one from, please? Do we have a collective identity disorder?
No. You know what? Creation of IPOB brought many things that even is not okay to us. But the answer now is, let's bring another thing on board. Yes, let's bring another thing on board. That is just the answer. We have to bring another new, fresh thing on board to tackle with this old one.
But it will never work because the people have already sinked into the lies and manipulation and propaganda.
Don't say it will never work. We don't have IPOB before. We don't have IPOB before.
Mazop was like that before too. Mazop was like that.
So to bring another thing on board, it will work.
Yes,
it will work. Because if
go ahead.
Go on, it's like you're talking.
I say we have to give them something better to hold on to. Why do you think that people are abandoning religion? It's because they have found out that it's a lie. They're abandoning it. It's not as strong as it used to be. So if religion can be taking all these type of hits and knocks, having been the order of the day in Europe for thousands of years, why then can, for hundreds of years anyway, thousands plus? Now, why then would you think that breaking our people breaking away from this matrix of IPOB would be impossible? It's not. What people need is the truth. The truth magnets the soul. The truth and the soul is like metal and magnet. Whenever they see each other, they must hug. So we just have to give our people something better than what they have. Because if you don't give someone something better, they may not let go of that which they are holding on to.
Exactly, because that is part of thing that Nnamdi Kanu used to win people. Part of the truth. And that is part of the truth that made our senators to fumble and wumble and try to start doing as if they are doing something before. You see? So we have to bring new thing on board, new ideology with truth. When there is truth there, people will buy it.
Yes,
you see, because the truth can never be hidden. When there is truth, people will buy it. So let's if in any way we can do it, well, let's because people are there. People that God has blessed with ideas, they are there. Just carry them along.
Do you think that they will allow such a thing to come to pass in their life?
Yes, if they could allow IPOB. We don't have IPOB before. Is it not through Masop? So IPOB float. So if another thing came in again and they see that thing is better than IPOB, they will drop IPOB and follow. What we need is movement that will bring Biafra nation. But what I'm going to say here is, Biafra nation, our elites, these political people, these politics people, these rich people that went to invest in the north, in the south, deep down, many places that is not in the east. There will be a battle within them. They will never accept it. That is just the truth. They will never accept it. It's going to be real battle within we and them. Those people that are not investing in where they know that their investment is secured, they will get it back. Because if you see what happened to Nnamdi Kanu, it is part of those things. Those people that went to invest far places, they were against Nnamdi Kanu because they were afraid they would lose their investment. Those things were things that haunt Nnamdi Kanu, were things that fought Nnamdi Kanu. You see? So we have a lot of,
Let me show you, because my brother said that he wants to know whether true that Radio Biafra is a liability, private enterprises. I will bring it live on air so that you and others, if you are watching the video, you will be able to read it for yourself. Okay. This link is what you will use to check anything, any company. Chima, you understand what I mean? Any company
Yeah.
that is registered in any international company. Maybe if a company is telling you we are this, we are that, please read about us and do this and that one. You will be able to go there to know the facts about those companies. You know. So let me show the summary about Radio Biafra. If I want to get more details and information about it, I have to pay. You know, that's the way. If I need more tangible information about the thing, but the address and everything where Radio Biafra Limited was registered is on air. Just hold on, and so that our viewers will join what I'm about to televise. We doesn't live on propaganda with the open air. That's why we are Miro African Television. I'm not doing this to harm nobody. Rather, Chukwuka want to be sure of what I'm saying. So that's it. If you rewatch the video, you will see what I'm about to show. So 1 minute, let me come. Let me see if it's televising on my side. If it's showing. So let's see, because I'm watching the video live too.
And I'm appealing to Chukwuka to not only do the talking, let him partake in the action, so that if he really threw in his heart that he wants another thing to flow, another movement to flow, let him think twice and partake in it, because it's all about sacrifice, about price to pay. So let him come up and put his thinking cap and join to bring out another movement.
Another movement?
Yeah.
It won't be easy.
But are we not human? We are not spirit. When Radio Biafra, when IPOB come, are they not human beings? They are human beings. So in anything you do in life, there is price to pay.
I don't know why this thing. 1 minute, let me get because I want everybody to see what I'm seeing too. Audio browser, color capture, display.
Because I am a kind of person, I so much believe in action, not only talking. Not only if after doing the talking, that's all, it just died like that. So I so much believe in action.
Let me see whether it will display. Chukwuka, are you there? Chukwuka, are you there? Hello? Like this thing is not working very well. It's not displaying. I'm seeing my mouse, but I can't see the dashboard itself. 1 minute. Just Windows capture. Yeah, it's Windows. Something is blocking my It's supposed to be here. Okay, not this one. Why is this one not showing? The other one is showing. 1 minute. I know what to do. Sorry, please. Viewers, please, sorry. Let me move it to this place, because the other one is displaying while this one is not displaying. So let me move it over and show the people. now. So let's see it again. Ayama, yama, yama, oh. Ayama, oh, ayama, oh. So now I'm on it. So you people can see what I'm seeing. I don't know whether it can move. Okay. This is Radio Biafra International. The address is 30 Sandlinks Close, Picklington Road, London. You know. So this is the name of the owners. Let me zoom in. They said that directors and secretaries is only 2 people. Directors and secretaries is only 2 people. So the first name here is Mr. Kenny Okonkwo Kano, director. Date of birth, September 1967. His appointed time was 2nd August 2013. And the second person is Mr. Alphonsus Uche Okafor Mefo, company secretary. Joined, date of birth it didn't show, but he joined also on the same day. So this is the information. This is the account available, you know. So nature of business, 9999 dominant company. The company was dormant during, since 2016, 2016 is dormant. Incorporated 2013. So type of company, private limited with share capital. Company name, Radio Biafra Limited. Look at it here. It's here. It is. You guys are seeing it. This is the full report. So if I need more information, I have to pay for them to give me more information. Are you there? Is somebody there? Hello?
Hello.
Okay. So let me search it again. Yeah, Radio Biafra Limited. Even active 0863 blah blah blah. I don't know. This is the company. Let me view it. It's the same thing. So it's a limited company. I'm just showing this because our brother asked that question, you know. So it's not a private or an NGO or a movement. Radio Biafra is a private company. So it's like somebody going to church, a private church owned by somebody, opened by somebody. And as a member, you want to control the affairs of that private church. They say that it's private enterprises and that shall not do what? Interfere in their inner caucus, blah, blah, blah. So that's all, you know. If any other thing comes on, I will still reveal it. God bless you people. So, Mr. Chima.
Hi.
If you watch the video later, you will see what I just showed the people.
Okay.
And, Mr. Chok, are you back? It's like we have lost him. Okay, we may call it a day today, Mr. Chima. We have tried to run this program. Today was so powerful, you know, and we really did it well. So it's like somebody writes something, you keep on talking rubbish. What are you doing about it? If you don't have anything to contribute, then keep aside, please. And the other person says, stop spreading lies on IPOB and do your own. And the same person said again, you are wasting your time. Biafra is closer than you think. Closer, how do you mean by closer? Okay, as they normally says, Biafra is at hand. Is it not so? Okay.
Yeah.
And he repeat again, do your own. Leave IPOB alone. Stop being jealous and go to work. So that's the comment that just came in. And I believe that people that if they watch this video later, they will be able to pick some certain things. And IPOB, the advice is to what? Reshove yourself and reorganize how things should be moving. Distance yourself from propagandas and lies, and re-register the IPOB organization as a movement of the indigenous people, not as a private business. So, is there another thing you would like to chip in before we close for today, Mr. Chima?
Yeah, well, no, what I'd like to chip in is, as I said, they will agree, disagree, and agree. Let's just IPOB put their acts together. Bring a new people on board, that people that have idea to move the organization forward and to unite with other people, other groups. Because without unity, you cannot be success. Nothing can achieve. So we want IPOB to go back to other organizations and unite back with them, so that when they are fighting, all of us are fighting one cause to get Biafra. Thank you.
God bless you. So my people, my message today before I close for today is this. Please, the leaders of all the indigenous people worldwide, drop the ideas of self-interest. You should not use your people as a harvesting farm where you go to harvest whatever you need. See them as yourself. If you know what is good for you is good for the people. Stand in the right direction to move the people forward. And we will try to set up an organization, not that the one that will counter IPOB, rather the one that will start building bridges for us to have one-on-one discussion with our political, what did you call it? Bodies, right? Or political what? How did he mention it? Not political elites, but I do call our political elites. So, my people, that's all for today. God bless you. Subscribe to our channel, because our key is now free. We will be coming live day and night anytime that the opportunity calls in, so that you will get alert and informed that Miro Africa is live. Subscribe, share the video, invite others to participate and watch the video. Like our videos, comment, write whatever you like. Is your right. Freedom of speech is what we practice in Miro African Television. God bless you for joining in. God bless you for watching the video later. God bless you for subscribing to our channel. And never forget that we are the only Miro African Television that says, which way Africa? God bless you and bye-bye for now.